Yes guys, so we are calculating the C part. What is the C part here? C part says to find the probability of drawing a defective ball from the box 1 chosen. Box 1 chosen. So this we are calculating probability of B1 by D. D is the defective ball selected from box 1, B1. And this is probability of B1 into probability of D by B1. Why? With respect to B1, box B1. D is defective, so ball D upon B1 divided by this probability of B1, the same value, probability of B1, or this let me write here. This value, let me write a probability of B1, box 1 selected, into probability of defective ball from box 1. This we have to select here. Okay, so in this way, this divided by this we have already calculated sum of these two. This is 3 upon 20, this is 1 upon 20, 4 upon 20 in the denominator. In the numerator we are having 1.2 into 3 upon 1.10, sorry, into 3 upon, 1.2 box 1 is selected, 1.2 probability of box selected. Box 1 is selected, box 2 is selected. For that probability is 1.2. 1.2 into 3 upon 10, 3 upon 10, for total 10 balls were there. Out of that, 3 were defective balls in the box number 1. Okay, so this we have done here. Now let me again write it down. This is 1.2, box 1 is selected. Probability is that 1.2. Probability of D by B1. Probability of defective ball from box 1 is 3 upon 10 divided by sum of these two. This is 3 upon same value, 1.2 into 3 upon 10 plus 1.2 box 2 selected. Defective ball from box 2 is 1 defective ball, 1.10. Okay, so this is nothing but 3 upon 20 divided by 3 plus 1, 4 upon 20. So in the denominator 20 is the LCM, so 20 cancel out, is 3 upon 4. This is part C here. A and B parts are just defective and non-defective probabilities we have to find out. This defective ball probability was 4 upon 20 was for defective balls. That probability was, I think, part A. Part A was for the probability of drawing a, non-defective ball. Non-defective ball was 16 upon 20, right? Because 7 upon 20 and 7 upon 20 and 9 upon 20. Because in the second one, non-defective balls are second box, 9 non-defective balls are there. 1 is defective, box 2, 1 defective, 9 non-defective. So 9 upon 10 is a non-defective balls probability in the box number 2. In the first box, 7 upon 10. So 1.2 into 7 upon 10. In the first box and second box, non-defective balls probability. Sum of them is 16 upon 20. So that was part number A, answer 16 upon 20 was the answer of part number A. A question of this. Question number 4 has 3 sections, A, B, C. A's answer was 16 upon 20 and B's answer is 4 upon 20 because only defective probability we have to find out. What the probability of defective balls in both the boxes? That is 4 upon 20. And this box 1 is chosen. Then what is the defective probability of defective of this is, we have applied here the Bayes theorem. So by Bayes theorem, this is calculated part C. Okay, this is posterior probability, which is 3 upon 4. Finally, answer is 3 upon 4. Okay, this is question number 4 we have completed. Now, what is question number 5? Let me just talk about that. Question number 5. What does it say? Yes guys, so question number 5, it says what is given to us. Now question 5 says a company has 2 suppliers of raw materials used in making cement. Alright, vendor A supplies 30% of the raw materials. Now this is known as prior probability. We are given here that 30% of the raw materials are supplied by vendor A. Now vendor B supplied 70% more he supplied. Tests Okay, tests have shown that 40% of the vendor A materials are of poor quality. Wonderful. 40% of them are of poor quality. Okay, so that is there. Then it says of poor quality. Tests have shown that okay, 40% of the vendor A's materials are poor of poor quality, whereas 5% of the vendor B's materials are of poor quality, right? Or vendor B's, right? 5% only are of poor quality. Now the cement company manager has found that there is a poor quality material in inventory. What is inventory? Where the goods are kept for selling, okay, in the future. That store is, or the inventory means storing the prepared goods for selling in near future, immediate near future. That is inventory. Inventory control is this management term here, inventory. So inventory control. So in the inventory, the manager find that how many mostly defective items are there. Okay, defective items, it says, the manager says that of poor quality. The materials are of poor quality. The cement company manager has found that there is a poor quality material in the inventory of which company most probably supplied the material. Now which companies this activity was there, that poor supply of from which company it was there. Okay, so that poor quality we have to find out, that which company is supplying more poor quality. Okay, so that is that we have to find out. Now let us take what is given to us. First let me clean this. First let me clean this. Yes guys, so question number 5 we are completing, or we are doing here. Let me first write down what is given to us, what is to be calculated, what to find out. Let me just write here. So what is given here? We are given here that a company has two suppliers. It says a company has two suppliers. Now try to understand this question very important. Are two suppliers. The company has two suppliers. Okay, two suppliers of raw material. Two suppliers of raw materials. Now it says like this: raw materials used in the cement company, used in making cement. Alright, used in making cement. Now vendor A, this is vendor A. Vendor A supplies, it says, vendor A supplies 30% of raw material, of 30% of raw materials, 30% of raw materials, while vendor B supplies 70%. Okay, now tests are shown. It says, further it says information, tests have shown, here tests have shown that, okay, 40% of, tests have shown that 40% of vendor A, I'm sorry, this is vendor A, this is O here, vendor A. Alright, vendor A, what does vendor A says? 40% of vendor A materials are of poor quality. Of vendor A materials are of poor quality. What the point? And what does it say next? And whereas 5% only, whereas 5% of the vendor B, 5% of vendor B, vendor B's materials are poor quality. Materials are of poor quality. Are of poor quality. This is the question here. Of poor quality. Now we have to find out the cement manager. The cement manager. This is a very important question here. This is day-to-day activity of business companies or business, you may say, firms, right? Or business houses, poor quality, right? The cement manager, it says now the cement manager, cement company manager, or the cement company manager, it is company manager. Cement company manager has found, I'm writing the whole question, has found that there is a poor quality, a poor quality material in the inventory. Poor quality material in the inventory. Right? In the inventory. Now, which company or which vendor most probably supplied the material? Means there are more chances of which company, which vendor, which supplied more poor quality material. The percentage is given that second vendor only has 5% of materials are supplied by him are of poor quality, while 40% of the first one, it is so that the first one, a vendor who is supplying material, the 40% of which is of poor material. I think this is showing, but still the prior information is that 30% of the raw material is supplied only by A, while 70% of material is supplied by B. That is there. Okay, so we have to compare them. Okay, so in the inventory. Now, which company has to find here then? To find the probability, or to find the probability of which company supplied, which company most probably supplied the material. Most probably supplied the material. That is the point here. Now try to understand this question. Is just we have to find out that which company has probably supplied, most probably supplied the material in poor quality. Right? That we have to find out here. Poor quality. Now material. Supplied the material. Right? Now let me take from this question, from this part here. So this is solution. Let me find out. Now it's very interesting question. Just see here. What does it say? Now let us take that vendor A. Okay. Now vendor A supplies 40% of the material and vendor B supplies that material. Let H1 or H2 event we can find. Let H1 be the event that vendor A supplies the material. Okay, and H2 be the event. Vendor A supply, and this is vendor B. H2 be the event that vendor B supplied the material. We have to basic point here. Now we have to we are given already that vendor A supplies good quality, poor quality. He says that 30% he supplied 30% only, and out of that, what is the good quality? 40% of that is of good quality, right? So vendor A comes here. Vendor A supplies 30% is 3 upon 10. 3 upon 10 of the material, while B supplies 7 upon 10, 70% of 7 upon 10, right, of the material. Now, of poor quality or defective quality, that it says. So the poor quality material is that he supplies the event. E is the event that they are supplying of poor quality. E is the event with respect to this E, or here we have taken H1. Let me take E is the event of poor quality, and this probability of H1 is this 3 upon 10. Probability of H2 is this. So this we have taken probability of H1 3 upon 10, and probability of H2 second vendor is 7 upon 10. Okay. This is material they have supplied. Out of that, what percentage of poor quality is there? So now the probability of poor quality, probability E by H1, hence that E be the event of poor quality material. Poor quality material is supplied. This is the proper event which we have to calculate. E, which is linked these two events. A and B vendors are linked by this event E of poor quality. So hence let me write here, further let E be the event of poor quality material supplied, right? So the probability here of E by H1, right, or H1, this is by vendor 1, H1 oblique E. Why this is there? Because this we have to find out probability of H1 by E, right? So this probability of H1 by E is the bad quality. So this is equal to how much? 3 upon 10. No, this is 40 upon how much? That event is, let me write here, and that is how much? 40%. First is 40% means 40 upon 100, that is 4 upon 10. And second probability H2 oblique E, which is only 5%, right? That means 0.5 upon 10. This is not 4 this is 4 upon 10, but here it was 5, because 5% means 5 upon 100 completely. This is 5 upon 100 we have to write here. This is 4 upon 10, but 40 upon 10 is 4 upon 10. This comes out to be 5 upon 100. H2 upon E. Okay, vendor B supplied this material, or A or B we are taking, so we could take here A, either A oblique E, B oblique E, or H1, H2 I have taken the event, but this is A and B we could take. Okay, therefore probability of, now we have to find out that which vendor has supplied this material. Probability of, therefore, probability of H1 first event poor quality into probability of H1 by E or E by H1. This is probability of H1 I have taken here, or probability of this is E by H1. I will talk about this probability of bad event we are taking here. So this is E by H1, right? And this is probability of E by H2. Probability of E by H2. Right? Second quality this. This is probability of H1 into probability of H1 into probability of E by with respect to H1, the first one. This is equal to, first was supplied by, this is 3 upon 10. 30% material is supplied by him, okay, by the first vendor, into this 4 upon 10. So this comes out to be how much? 3 4 is 12 upon 100. This is 12 upon 100 here, alright, or 0.120 we can say. And the second case, probability of H2 into probability of E oblique H2 is equal to, now he is supplying 7 upon 10, 70% into, this is 5 upon 100. So this will give us 75 upon 1000. So this is 0.12%, the poor quality. This poor quality is only 0.12 only, right? And here it is giving us 0.075 second vendor. So what does it mean? This is 0.120. That means this is the poor supplier here. Because 0.120 is 0.12. Here it is 0.075, is lesser. So vendor A has supplied more poor quality material. Okay, so we have just found out. It's just we have compared these two events. This is only 0.075%. Okay, 0.075, and this is 0.120. 120, and this is 75 only. 120, 0.120. This is more quality, more quantity, which is bad quantity. So the percentage of bad quantity is A supplied by vendor A. Vendor A is supplying more poor quality material. Okay, and this way we can compare them, and poor quality material we have just compared. So which company, it says here, hence vendor A has supplied more material of poor quality. More material of poor quality. But 40% of that material was down to 40, or we could say 40 into 30, 1200 divided by 10,000. Okay, 1200 upon 10,000, 4.120 it is coming out. 0.120 is more quantity than 0.075. 0.075, 0.07 we can say. This is 0.120. This is very, or 0.12, and this is 0.75, 0.075. Okay, so the vendor A is supplying material of poor quality more, and vendor A has supplied more material of poor quality than that of vendor B. Try to understand the point. This we have to just compare the material which they have supplied. Now here, this is prior probability, this is likelihood probability of which are more likely to happen. Now this is more likely to happen here. Probability of this E upon H1. E is the event which is of poor quality or defective item. Defective or poor quality. Here it is poor quality. E denotes poor quality. H1 denotes the A supplier supplies the event, or the material is supplied by vendor A. That is H1 event B2. In this way, probability of H1 into probability of E by H1 is this value, 3 upon 10 into 4 upon 10. That means 12 upon 100 means 0.12, and the second poor quality material is supplied by second vendor, which is percentage wise 0.075 only. This is lesser supplier, less poor quality material is supplied by B vendor, but more is this. Only we have to just compare them and find out the answer. So answer is that A supplier has supplied, it says which company most probably supplied the material. So A has supplied. This is the answer here. So this I have already written down here, that hence vendor A has supplied more material of poor quality than that of B. Right? Even 70% material is supplied by B undoubtedly, but he is supplying only 5% defective material of poor quality material, and the person A is supplying 40% of poor quality material. Right? He is supplier of 30% material only, 70% is being supplied by B, but B's material is only 5% defective, and A's material is 40% defective. Okay, so that person has supplied more poor quality material, and because that inventory is full of poor quality material. That's okay. That is the answer here. Let me now take question number 6, which is the last one. What does question number 6 say? Let me just check it. Now, this question, the base theorem I will continue, because there are still more steps. Only 5 questions here are taken. There are more questions, more and more questions are given by the students to solve them. Okay, so I'll take one more lecture series in continuation to just clarify that how to solve these questions based on base theorem. Because base theorem is to find out the probability, posterior probability, okay, out of the prior probability, likelihood probability. What is prior probability? Probability of event A, suppose probability of event B is the prior probability which are given to us. Likelihood probability is probability of E by A or A by E, whatever the probability is given to us. That is known likelihood probabilities. And posterior probability is base theorem, which is calculated. So base theorem gives us posterior probability. A posterior probability, this posterior probability can become prior probability for next sample event. Okay, so that I have clarified already. Okay, in the question from 1 and 2. Okay, so in 3 onwards I am just solving here. Let's get the question number 6. This is the last question here. What is given to us? Let me first write it down. It says 3 urns contains. It says 3 urns. 3 urns contain. What does they contain? Now, 3 urns contain, it says 3 urns contain 6 red, 6 red, right, 6 red, alright. So first urn 6 red, 4 black, then second one given to us as 4 red, 6 black, 4 red, comma 6 black. This second urn contains, right, and the third one 5 red, 5 black, and 5 red, comma 5 black, respectively. Okay, respectively. There are 3 urns containing the balls. First contains 6 red, 4 black. Second contains 4 red, 6 black, and the last one, third one, contains 5 red and 5 black balls. Right? Black balls. Now it says 5 black balls respectively. Now one of the balls, one of the urns is selected. One of the urns is selected. Is selected at random. Is selected at random. Is selected at random. And a ball is drawn. And a ball is drawn. And a ball is drawn from it. Is drawn from it. To find that